everybody, welcome back. So today we are going to be using some of Craft Buddies Printable HTV. We are going to be using a Craft Buddies shirt, and we're going to be making my daughter a Christmas shirt. As I will probably say a couple times in this video, I know yellow is not a very Christmassy color, but I hope the design that I've chosen is going to work with the color of the shirt that I had here. So let's have a look at the Craft Buddies Printable HTV. So in your pack you get the printable HTV, and you also get some of the printable HTV transfer sheet. So that is obviously if you're doing something that's a little bit more intricate, then you can use the transfer sheet to help you move your design across. So they have some instructions in here, and it says printable HTV, a white matte printable heat flex film with a thickness of 130 microns, can be used on dark fabrics, nylon, cotton and polyester, with laser or inkjet printers. Plotter cut, picked by hand or with application tape, washable up to 60 degrees Celsius. So the application instructions is print on bright white side, normal print quality, and leave to dry properly if not printed with a laser printer. Cut with vinyl cutter, craft knife or scissors. So I like that. If you don't have a Cricut machine or a vinyl cutter, you can still use this and you can just cut it by hand. So I really like that concept. You can apply the HTV application media on print side and burnish lightly. Remove paper backing from print when ready to do transfer. Place print on garment with application media. Cover application media with a Teflon sheet, optional. Press at 145 degrees for 12 seconds. Remove application media when print is still warm peel. So the most important thing here, other than obviously your press temperature and time, is that you have to print this with normal print quality. Now I have on a laser printer tried to do it on high quality, and unfortunately it messed up my entire design. So what happened is, instead of it being high quality, it actually moves too fast and your print comes out patchy with spaces of color. So that is very important, that you have to do it with normal quality. So I have also been advised that you shouldn't use a dyed apron, and I would assume that would be because the dye will transfer into the printable HTV. So let's get to our design portion. We're then going to cut it, and then we're going to apply it. So today we are touching on print and cut again. It is the exact same concept as all of the other print and cut videos that we've done, all of the projects that we've done. We will be working with the printable HTV, but the setup concept is exactly the same. So I may or may not have showed you this in some of my previous videos. Mandy has very kindly shared, let's turn our caps locks off, has very kindly shared one of her templates with us, and I use this template with all of my print and cut projects so that I can obviously get the best usage out of my space. So you can just search for her name and you will be able to scroll to the bottom of the page. There she is, the first one that comes up. And on her profile, if you scroll down, she has this print and cut template. So you can say edit a copy, and that's going to open up, and you can see that she's taken into account the corners of the print and cut, which is amazing. So you can actually fit everything in sort of like a puzzle to get the best usage of your space. So what I did is I actually changed this to a guide, and I found that easier to work in, and that way when you attach everything you don't have to worry about hiding anything or deleting it out. Obviously the guide's not going to cut. So I've already set up what I want to do. Here it is. So let me just run you through everything. As you can see, I have actually tried to utilize most of my space by adding in some clothing labels. My little one is going to school next year, so she's going to need clothing labels. So I'm going to be doing a printable vinyl, and let's unhide this. And and I'm gonna have some words in foil vinyl. So I'm doing like kind of a double thing. I think that's gonna look super cute. I'm using a Craft Buddies yellow shirt, and I know yellow is not super Christmassy, but I think it's gonna go really well with this reindeer with the sort of yellow flowers in her hair. And then obviously the red foil is going to tie in with the glasses. So I'm going to run you through it very quickly again, what I did, how I achieved this. It is super simple though, so I do want to hide this. So for the reindeer, I think this was already a print and cut one. So if you don't know already, you can actually click on one of your images, your design space images obviously, and you can scroll to the bottom, say image info, and there you have it, cute deer with glasses. So as you can see in the corner where it shows the little printer, this is a print and cut image that has been set up for print and cut. So if we say add to canvas, okay, there it is. So if we add our offset of 0.001, so I do this with all of my print and cut things. We'll say apply, and you can see that your offset, so even if we change our offset to basic cut, you can see that it's completely solid because this is already a print and cut image that has already been set up for print and cut. So we can delete that because we've obviously got it. And how I did the labels. So next week, sorry, not next week, next week we're going to be painting a doll's house, and then the week after that we're going to be doing stationery labels and clothing labels. So with the labels, what I did is I inserted a square, obviously, and we're going to unlock that with 3, and height we're going to do, let's do 1.5 and see where we are. That doesn't seem correct. So let's take that to 6 and this to 3. I think that's how we did it. Nope, that's way too big. So we're going to go 2.5. And no, this is so not right. Let's do 2. 2 seems correct. And 7. Let's do 6.5. So I did resize these after I was done. Okay, so let's zoom in so we can see what we're doing. I then changed this to white because obviously you want white labels. I added an offset of 0.1. I applied that. And I changed my offset to the beautiful hot pink because she loves hot pink. I then added in text. And we're going to write Riley . Okay, so we have our word. We can also decrease our line space if you want to, just to give you some more room, so that you can actually, if you want to, make the wording a bit bigger. Okay, you're going to change your wording to the color that you want. And then I'm going to click on upload. So I've already uploaded this. It was a PNG, so there was no cleaning up that was needed. Just find our image. Okay, we're going to make our image smaller so that it fits onto our little label. That is so cute. So we need to make that a little bit smaller. So you can obviously move that across if you want to make this bigger. There we are. We're then going to select all of that and we're going to say flatten. Now oftentimes we leave it at that, and sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not going to work. I don't want to take a chance. I don't want to print something, especially not on vinyl, and then I find that it doesn't work. There's nothing more disappointing than that. So we're going to click on it. We're going to say offset 0.001 because you want the tiniest offset ever. We're going to apply that. And we're going to change this to basic cut. We're going to say contour, and we're going to say hide all contours. We're then going to change it to pink. We're going to change it back to print and cut so that it's a solid object behind it, and we're going to flatten again. This is going to make sure that we get the perfect cut every time. It's going to cut around it. It's not going to cut around your words. It's not going to cut around your pictures. It is perfect. So let's just zoom out. So what I've done, if we click here, you can actually see, did I hide it? Yeah, I did. So I do actually have my guide. It's still here. There it is there. So if we put our guide over it, there we are. You can see that it all fits perfectly into the guide. So what you would do is you could leave your guide there. It's not important because it is a guide. It's not going to do anything on your cut screen. So what you would do is select all and you would say attach. So we're going to hide our guide again just because I don't need it. We're going to delete our new little one that we've done. Okay, and then we're going to say make it. And as you can see, it fits perfectly where it should, and it's going to look good every time. And you can then mess around with this one to try and get them to fit as best as possible together so that you're not wasting too much of your vinyl. That looks good. And then you can say make it. Okay, so we have cut our design. This was done on a laser printer. So if you look, this is not a very good quality picture. I did take it off of Design Space and it did give me a warning. But if you have a look at the labels, they've printed beautifully, absolutely beautifully. I may have done them a bit big, but I think they're going to be great for like blankets and towels and stuff like that. Anything she has to take to school. So what I like about these, let's say you're doing labels, you don't actually need the transfer tape. You can just peel this label off and you can place it and then press it and it's going to work perfectly. So again, please remember that this has to be printed on normal quality, not high quality, not fast printing, just plain normal quality. So we have our beautiful Craft Buddies shirt here, and I'm going to give this a pre-press, which is something that we should do with all garments and all media applications. So that is just going to get any liquid out, moisture, let's say. So I am going to use some of the transfer sheet just so that we can see how that's going to work. So what I want to do is I want to cut out our reindeer. So I'm going to keep my labels for when we're ready for labeling the school stuff. Okay, I did cut this on Everyday Iron-On and I did notice that it slightly dragged a little. So my thought is that it needs a lower cut pressure and maybe more passes, and that's probably going to give a better result. So I will touch again on the labels when we do the school labeling in our, not next video, the video after that. So we will obviously play around with some of the heat settings and see where that leaves us. So let's have a look. That's perfect. We're just going to give this a snip. Okay, make sure that it covers. It does. Perfect. So what I want to do is I actually want to do our what is this thing called, foil first. So I'm going to line this up. I have had some curling here, so obviously this I cut on the foil iron-on setting because that's what it is. It's foil iron-on. So we're going to line this up nicely. there. Nope, must be centered more. And reindeer kisses, that should be perfect. Okay, so we're going to press the top first. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. So the time that it calls for, sorry, we're going to do it for 20 seconds. So the time it calls for is 30 seconds. We're going to do it for 20. And that's so that we can do it for an extra 12 when we do our printable iron-on. Okay, we're going to wait for that to cool down, and we're going to press this. Okay, now we want this to cool down so that we can remove oh, that's cute. So we're just cooling it down on our desk. Okay, perfect. That is cute, cute, cute. Okay, so for this part we are going to need some, what do you call it, Teflon or something to cover and protect our surface. Okay, we're going to remove this. And we're going to apply it. Always remove backing from item, no matter what application you're using. Okay, do we have a bubble? We do. We got to get rid of that. Should have burnished that better. Okay, make sure the bubbles are removed. Oh, this is going to be cute. So what I do want to do is I just want to snip here so that it doesn't overlap my foil. There we are. How cute is that? Okay, let's get a sheet of baking paper that we're going to cover this with, and we're just going to give it a 12-second press. Okay, we have our sheet to cover with, and what we're going to do is we're going to want to position this so that it overlaps our whole reindeer, and it says 12 seconds only, so we're going to go with the 12 seconds. Okay, that was 12 seconds. And it says remove while still warm. So right now it's very hot. Super hot actually. Okay, that's warm. And you're going to very carefully remove it. Oopsie. Oh, that is so cute. I think she's gonna love it. I think she's going to love it. I love that. So I'm going to show you something that happened. Can you see there? Some of the colors come off. So when you burnish it, make sure that there's no gaps between your heat transfer vinyl and your tape, because what's happened is it's actually created moisture in there Obviously from the steam rising, the moisture's collected and it's created gaps where it can get stuck and remove the color. So that was an application error, and I'm really glad that it happened. Well, I'm not, but I am, because now you can see what you need to look out for and what you need to try and avoid. So there it is, ready to go. How super simple was that? And it's super cute. I love it. I think it's so cute, and I really hope she likes it. So I hope that you learned something. I hope that it's made you more comfortable to try the printable HTV. You've seen some of the things that can go wrong. You've obviously seen what can go right. So I don't think it's a hard thing to do, and I think that you will rock at it. I will cover more of this in my video, not next week, but the week after, where we'll be doing stationery labels. And there I'm going to be printing with an inkjet printer. So if you have an inkjet printer and you'd like to see how that works, you can join me then. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you again.